Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to have a look at all of the direct copies of Pokemon that can be found in Palworld. I've seen a couple of quote-unquote news sites or news publishments that make really far stretches, like stretches of the imagination when it comes to their claims. Some people claim that there's like 30 Pokemon that can be found in Palworld, but I can assure you that is nowhere close to the truth. So today I'm going to be looking at all of the different Pokemon that can be found in Palworld, and there's only about 10 of them that you can actually definitively say is a copy of a Pokemon. So the first one obviously is Vulpix. There are many similarities between Foxparks and Vulpix. Both of them are fire Pokemon, both of them are foxes, and I mean, you just need to look at the model to see that they are a direct copy of one another. Now, in my little research that I did for this video, I wanted to see how easy it is to make a copy of a Pokemon, to make a copy of a different, basically, creature. You know, like, is it difficult or is it not really that difficult? So I went ahead and did some AI creations of Foxparks, or at least of Vulpix, and this is what we can see right over here. I made a whole bunch of AI images. All of these were made by me in probably less than 3 minutes. It took a while to generate all of them, and obviously the prompts that you put into an AI generator is also quite important. You need to put in the correct prompts, but as you can see, it is really simple to make copies of anything, literally anything. You can take any Pokemon, you can feed it into a generative AI art algorithm, and it creates the images for you based on your criteria. So you can already see here that literally just prompting an AI generative algorithm with an image of Vulpix, which is what I did. I literally just gave it the image of Vulpix, and these are all of the different examples that it came up with, and you can see that a lot of them are really impressive, like really quite impressive. And really all that it takes is someone with a little bit of art background. Like, I am pretty good with Photoshop, but I can't really create art from scratch. So you give any moderately talented art graphical designer any of these images, and they will be able to create the image of Foxparks without any issues at all. You can see that I struggled to get the generative AI algorithm to generate fire around the feet. Only with this one I managed to get close, but the generative AI really struggles to understand the concept of feet, apparently, because when you tell it to create fire around the feet, it really doesn't listen to you all that well. So you can literally take any of these images to just Photoshop fire around the feet, and then you will have a really good copy. So I just wanted to show you guys how hilariously easy it is for someone like myself, who is in my mother's basement, able to create not one copy, not two copies, but literally dozens of copies. These are just the best ones that I chose out of probably 40 different images, and really each and every one of them is quite impressive in its own right with how good of a copy it is of Vulpix. So people say that it's not so easy to create a copy, but I literally did it in 3 minutes, just prompting an AI generative algorithm with an image of Vulpix. So it's really easy to create a copy, and like I said, today we are going to have a look at all of the different copies that are in Palworld. Now, these are, in my opinion, blatant copies. They aren't just like, oh well, they look a little bit similar. These are blatant copies. So the first one is Vulpix. Like I said, it is really similar. Both of them are fire, and both of them are foxes. The white front part, I don't know what you call it, the underbelly, is also exactly the same. And if you literally just Photoshop fire onto the feet of Vulpix and make the ears a little bit longer, then it will already be very similar. So another one that is also really similar is Tocotoco, or Tocotoco, I guess. I keep calling it Tocotoco. Tocotoco is really similar to Xatu or Xatu. You can see from the colors, the wings, everything just looks massively similar. And then if we actually just do a little bit of photoshopping, you will see that the differences, like Toco with Xatu, if you just remove the headdress, I guess I can say, and you change the beak to being fully yellow, and then you just add the pink line in the wings, you can see that it looks really similar, like shockingly similar. Obviously this one is standing upright and this one is not really standing upright, so this one was designed to be standing upright and the other one wasn't designed to be standing upright. But literally just by making that one little change, which I did in Photoshop, it took me like 2 minutes. That is how hilariously similar these are. Next up is Relaxaurus, which is a really stupid name if you ask me, but anyway, Relaxaurus and Goodra are both also really similar. And if you once again just do a little bit of color changing, it's not even really photoshopping, it's literally just color changing, you can see that they look extremely similar, like hilariously similar, just by changing Relaxaurus from the color that he is to a more purplish color, and then give him a purple underbelly and change his blue spots to green spots. You can see that they look really similar. So that is another really, in my opinion, very blatant copy. Next up is Sparkit. Sparkit really looks a lot like Raichu, like really. Both of them look very mouse-like, like they look like mouses with the whiskers and the stuff, and the tails are literally the same. They are just inverted. So Sparkit's tail is just inverted. So instead of curving downward, it curves upwards. So, and obviously, like I say, both of them look like mouses or mice, and both of them are electric, which once again is a very blatant copy. Not only did they copy the design, they even copied the element of the Pokemon as well. Next up is Piplup. Piplup is almost exactly the same design as Pengullet. Both of them are penguins. Both of them are water or ice Pokemon, and you can just see in the face exactly the same design, and the beak is yellow, feet is yellow, the mask, they call it a mask of the bird or of the penguin, is exactly the same with the white around the eyes. It's just really blatant. Next up is Milotic, and Azurobe is a massively blatant copy of Milotic. Once again, both are serpents, like serpent dragons. I guess you could call them snakes, but they're actually serpents. And both of them are water. They are both water type as well, which once again is a really blatant copy. And I did a really quick, like literally it took me like 4 minutes to do this Photoshop, and you literally just make the body the same color as Milotic's body and then add the pink stuff. So you can see the I don't know what you call these things that are along the side of the head. I guess they can be called ears, I guess, like ears or flaps or whatever you want to call them. They are exactly the same design, and you just make them pink like Milotic's are. And obviously, like I said, this is a terrible Photoshop, but I did it in literally 4 minutes. I'm not going to spend 2 hours doing a proper job on this because Palworld doesn't deserve it. It is blatant enough to just look at these ear flap things at the side. You can immediately see that this is a very blatant copy of Milotic. And like I said, once again, both of them are dragons, both of them are water type as well, which just makes it even more blatant. And then Mantine and Celaray. Celaray is a very blatant copy of Mantine. If you literally just change the color of Mantine or of Celaray to match each other, you will see that they are a really blatant copy. And once again, both of them are water type Pokemon. So once again, Palworld, I think that the developers of Palworld are called Pocket something, I don't know. Once again, these devs don't just copy the design of the Pokemon, they actually copy the types of the Pokemon as well. So this one, once again, is a water Pokemon, just like Mantine is. And then there is Direhowl. Direhowl is a direct copy of Lycanroc from Pokemon. They might not look extremely similar until you change the color. I literally did this Photoshop job in 2 minutes, and then you can see that they are hilariously similar. I mean, both of them are wolves. The scruff, the scruff is white, and then the body and the head is black, exactly the same as Lycanroc is. It is literally the same design. The tail is white, and the scruff or the mane of the wolf is white, and then the head and the body is a different color. So literally, if you just change the color of Lycanroc to black, or if you change the color of Direhowl to brown, both of them look extremely similar. So that's once again a really blatant copy. Next up is Jormuntide, which is a blatant copy of Gyarados. Once again, both of them are water types, which, once again, it's not enough for these developers to copy the design of the Pokemon. They literally also copy the type of the Pokemon, the element of the Pokemon, which is really blatant. Next up is Grizzbolt. Grizzbolt is a direct copy of Electabuzz. I even, just to make it a little bit easier to see the massive similarities, I photoshopped the claws from Grizzbolt onto Electabuzz, and then I drew a tummy onto his tummy because he doesn't have a tummy, and it's literally the same thing. Like, if you look at it at a glance, you will literally say that Grizzbolt is Electabuzz, except he has claws. So those are, once again, really blatant copies, and once again, it's electric. Both of them are electric, which just once again goes to show that the developers go beyond simply copying the actual design. They also copy the type multiple times. And then another really blatant copy is Flambelle, which is a copy of Litwick. Litwick is a Pokemon, and if you once again just change the color, I did this very quickly, like it took me 5 minutes in Photoshop just to change the top and the bottom of the Pokemon, because it's literally already segmented like that. Litwick is already segmented like that, and the color, all that you need to do is to change the color. So they literally copied Litwick with the entire design of the Pokemon, because the Pokemon floats around on melted wax, the melted wax, and the melted wax also come over the eyes, and only one eye is exposed. And then there is the flame at the top of the head, and then 2 arms, obviously, and the little nose. It is one of the most blatant copies in the entire game. So really blatant once again, and both of them are fire as well. Like, these developers can't just stop copying the elements of the Pokemon. They copy the design, and they also copy the element of the Pokemon, which just makes it so much more blatant. And then last but not least, Boltmane is a massive copy of Luxray. I mean, already you can see that they look really similar. And then if you literally just change the colors, as I did previously, you just change the colors of either of them. I mean, you could change Boltmane to blue and black, or you can change Luxray to the brown, and I don't know what that color is, light black, almost, like it's not exactly black, it's like a light black. Then you can see that they are massive copies of each other, just absolutely blatant once again. Literally the only thing that is different on these is the ears. Like, the ears weren't directly copied, but otherwise it is a direct copy. And once again, both of them are electric element types. So once again, they copied the design, and they also copied the element of the Pokemon as well. So that is really all that I have for you guys. Those are the only real definitive copies that you can find in Pokemon that I found. There are a couple of of other quote-unquote content creators who are really more clickbaiters, and they claim that there's 30 or 40 different copies, but that's just absolute BS. There really are only these ones that I found. That is like 10, maybe 10 or 11 or 12, I haven't really counted, that are actual direct copies of one another. So yeah, I'm sure that Nintendo are looking into the legalities and all of that kind of stuff, but I mean, it is really so blatant that I don't see how Nintendo can't do something about it. I mean, Nintendo are notoriously litigious. They are one of the most litigious companies in the gaming industry, and they even sue people for just playing a game like Let's Play. They've sued people for doing Let's Plays of their games. So I really can't see how they are going to let this one go, but who knows. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to showcase all of these, and obviously without any clickbait, these are really the only ones that I found that are actual legitimate copies of one another. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.